I say, as we've now been on the train for 3.5 hours, we should go get a pint.
Yes.
Let's see what the world of Berwick has to offer. The first thing it offers, though, is lamppost pond. Oh, that's all good. I'm a happy bunny. I've seen sexy lamppost. What is that? Is that a bear? Is it a wolf? I don't know. Let's have a look. Bart the Berwick Bear. Do we have bears in this part of the country? No. Did we ever have bears in this part of the country?
I don't think so. Old memorial.
Ah, yeah. And the toilets. The toilets are in that and behind that car.
Museum, town.
The toilets are behind that car.
Town hall.
Food producers sold here. They grow their food in the town centre.
Community garden.
Baz's Barbers, Okran's Grill, Kebabs. So whatever happens today, we can guarantee we can get ourselves a kebab. So we can see that this area still has the same problem Nottingham does. Barbers, barbers, barbers. A girl wanted, so paper trams. Can you have paper trams? Yeah, there's something in between that delivers the newspapers, throws it through your letterbox.
A nondescript paper delivery person.
There we are, that's what it is, nondescript paper delivery person. They're still needed here in Berwick. So if you're transitioning, you can still get a job here. But you got to fight for it against the boys and the girls and the repression. GMB Tech. Does your local union sell technology? Another independent game shop. Pub there. You might find our first decent pub. The Seagull's Nest.
That is one nice looking clock tower.
It is actually.
Yeah, right
These
there.
shops as well, like, these kind of independent art shops. Vintage Upon Tweed. So if you're looking at taxidermy, dude, if you want to get your own pheasant, or I don't know what that duck is, ravens, crows, magpies, come here, come to Vintage Upon Tweed. It does actually. So in Hucknall, a few years ago, I made an advert for Mrs. C's. Across the road over here, we got Mr. C's. Mr. C's. Oh, was it? Okay, we have a gender-neutral Buddha worshipper here. Okay, what's this? I found an obscure alley. What does that say, dude? AWFORDALLI. Alfred Alley. Oh, it's I guess it's still Crawford's Alley, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just like the modern side says.
Oh, it's an old.
It's a ye old map. So we're staying on Castlegate. No, we're staying on Walkergate. That's the name of the hotel. We're on Walkergate for our hotel. So we're here. We're on the corner of Silver Street and the Hyde Hill Sandgate. A town hall built in the 1750s by the Guild of Berwick. Also, it's the town jail. So don't get drunk, yeah? So this was Scotland's wealthiest town and greatest seaport. It changed hands 12 times between England and Scotland. So it says up here there's a unique circuit of fortifications built during Elizabeth I's reign, and the best route to discover the attractions, the views of the town. So I guess we shall walk that. That's later.
Yeah.
There's the parish church, Definitely visit that. Infantry barracks. It's the oldest barracks in the country. There's a Russian gun from the Crimean War. There's a wine museum, so that's always good to add. And the main guardhouse. So got a lot to do while we're here. Gateway to the borderlands. Handmade paper. Wine rooms. Try wine, buy wine. How about, do they sell beer? Isn't quite their jam, is it? Dude, so not only did we find the bear earlier, now we found another animal. This animal, it's called... Oh, 4 candles.
Oh, that's amazing.
4 candles.
I gotta get a photo of that.
So we found ourselves in the Lowry Trail. So this is Britain's most loved painter. He was especially fond of Berwick Upon Tweed. It says here he loved this town and he visited here many times in the 1930s, and he visited the Castle Hotel and thought about buying a house here. So what is he? I guess he's an artist, right? Yeah. The do is now 1936 pencil drawing of this very alley. This is what he's famous for. He's painting, sketching this alley that we are going to go down as a... The 3 bridges of Berwick.
I think this one was the oldest one.
We've got double bed, single bed, single bed. So I'm hopping beds today. The rather dodgy experience of some fella ringing me on the train on the way here, going he wanted my bank details and he wanted my passport ID or my driving license. Suspicious, so I was like, I'm not giving you that over the phone, particularly not when I'm on a train. So I got here at the location, and it's a bit like an Airbnb. There's no one who actually works here. It's like a room within a hotel that's, I guess, managed by nobody. And so I still had to go to my website, which was an unverified website, I might add, and they wanted me to submit my passport ID to get in, and I got access, and I got some details, had to get in the building, some magic codes, and I've got in. It all seems legit, but at the same time it seems extremely dodgy. But anyway, Berwick, it's interesting here. I'm going to go and have another walk around. We've just had a pint, finally, satisfied the urges, and then we're going to go out and enjoy what Berwick has to offer after 5 o'clock. So what we did see, there's a bunch of restaurants that open at 5 o'clock onwards. But what we did see was some independent shops that seemed quite interesting for the kind of things that we're interested in, open until 5. So I'm going to go check those out now. So we returned to that location we spotted earlier, GMB Tech. We found the guys in there to be really pleasant. They really knew what they were talking about. It's a fantastic location with a brilliant selection of video games, both new, retro, covering a wide breadth of consoles. If it's a big selection of merchandise you're after, this is certainly a place to come. Band t-shirts, equipment, technology. What was really impressed with is in the back of the location, they have what they call the Geek Box, a fully kitted out PC gaming setup. They said it's always busy at the weekend. So if it is gaming merchandise and stuff you're looking after, perhaps looking to buy presents and gifts, this is certainly a place that you should come and check out. We've certainly enjoyed our time here. They talked about how Dungeons & Dragons, as well as its forebear, the ever-domitable Warhammer, again from our neck of the woods here in Nottingham, also brings in the punters to have a look at this place. So come by and have a look, check out the website. I'll post a link on the description below. The weather of Scotland has come down upon us! Let's go back and get a coat. Independent bookshops and independent art. Art is always subjective. But this little fella here, what is this? Who is this? Oh, what story does he have to tell?
I thought that was the Iron Giant.
I guess it's similar art style, isn't it?
Well, it certainly looks like it.
And the Iron Giant isn't that small.
Yeah.
So, dude, it says there's a pier here. Pier and beach. And Bridge Street shopping and River and Quayside. So, while most of it might be closed now, the pier probably won't be closed.
Yeah, we'll have a look.
So we're exploring the Lowry Trail. We found some interesting shots that I'm sure I'm going to be showing you in just a second. But so what we've come across here is an 18th century guardhouse that was moved to this location. So let's have a quick browse of this place right behind us. So so we found stocks in the city. So, what do you think the primary crime would have been here?
Probably like petty theft or something like that.
We found lots of stocks, lots of jailhouse in the city centre. I guess every city needed a jail somewhere they could temporarily hold people while they were processed. But here, there appears to be lots of places where they held people. I guess we are on the coast.
I would imagine a lot of theft. Especially because we're at a port.
Yeah.
Because this used to be a big port.
I guess a lot of stuff coming off the continent. So here we are, this is part of the wall that surrounds this city. Oh man, that looks beautiful. A kind of urban, it's kind of urban street of a time long ago. That is just quintessentially British. So, at one time, how much money do you think you'd have to live in a seafront property like this? What do you think is the average income of these people? Is this a retirement home? I think this is a business, solicitors, doctors kind of thing. Because these look like they've still got the wooden shutters behind there for when the wind would rattle the windows. They've got lampposts.
This is probably more like an Airbnb now, rather than someone's actual house.
Let's have a look at these walls here are actually fortifications. I mean, these would have been battlements at one time. Imagine someone trying to scale these walls. That's look out over the water here going out towards the North Sea. Let's go and hunt the Tower of the Corner. Can we get up on it? Maybe. Let's find out. Oh yeah.
Oh, look at that view.
Out towards the North Sea.
That is something.
So the swans here are taking full advantage of the open water. So you have that beautiful lighthouse over there. It looks like we can actually walk to. This path looks like it goes all the way along there, so let's go and do that. And there's an impressive tower stack sitting over there. But don't know what it is. Looks like some kind of... What would that be, dude? Is that just a chimney that's perhaps just stood there as a kind of a symbol of the one's industry here? Because it's not connected to any factory that I can see. There's a car park there. And also from here, it looks like this is the rich part of the city. This is where all the toffs are. This is where all those who've had successful businesses and have inheritance live. And those who are solicitors and doctors and nurses and so on. But if you're over there, that's where the peasants are. They look like peasant houses. So talking of battlements and armaments, here we actually have a cannon. It's like longer than me. That probably is a 6-foot cannon, actually. Okay. So there's a sign here. Let's see what this says. Watching the river. The riverside walls are part of Berwick's medieval defences. Thought to have been repaired and modified many times in the 18th century. Here at Fisher Forts, a battery of cannon guarded the mouth of the River Tweed against enemy ships. A 6-gun battery was given its current layout in the 1770s and was redesigned for 6 cannon that fired throughout the gaps in the parapet wall. So actually all these gaps along here actually all had a cannon. And the target would have been the river mouth. Where's the river mouth? In that gap over there, 450 metres away, exposing the long sides to fire. Each cannon stood on a stone platform, so the wheels would not sink into the ground and could be easily moved. The cannon you see today is Russian and was kept as a trophy after the siege of Sevastopol in 1855 in the Crimean War. So, there's Crimean cannons in Nottingham, isn't there? There's like 4 at the Arboretum.
I'm not sure if they're Crimean.
They are, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. So how major was that victory for us to have won in Sevastopol? against Russian forces. And when you think about what that means today, with the current political climate, and most people don't even know these things are around. So actually, how did this work? I mean, so I guess you have a turn ball here to obviously adjust the height of the axis.
Someone's loading it down there.
So you have this fixture on the floor. Has obviously the two wheels at the front. So I guess this would have turned it on its axis, do you think? So would this actually have been not necessarily for height?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, turn it this way. Left and right.
It would have fired out into the bay. So again, 450 metres out was the expectation of these shots. They've now all been plugged in. So we continue our adventure of the Lowry Trail. So we have two piers out here. These obviously would have been docking for ships, because we have here, there's a steamship on here, there's a masted ship and a lighthouse. Of course, we go out here though, you can see it for real. I could interest you in a drink of water, could I? 1887. That water looks rusty. And we're out here now on the pier, and someone appears to be stealth camping. Steve will be very happy. So apparently the sign says, if we see dolphins, we have to move out of the way. So not go down and touch them, play with them, we have to get out of the way of the dolphins. So if we happen to find a dolphin here on the pier, we're going to step to one side and let the dolphin walk past. And what's the sign for? We're not in the water. Does anyone go swimming here? Yeah. And we can see there's a beautiful, dangerous storm front going to come in, going to absolutely drench us. And we're going to be out here on the pier at the time. It's at our own risk, apparently. Risk is worth it. So I do believe in the distance. You can see our target for tomorrow, and location, what we've come here for. Out in the distance, I believe, that is Bamberg Castle. Because it's supposed to be just down the coast, about 6 miles from here. So perspective can be deceptive, but I think that's it on the coast over there. So we have the sun coming out over the town itself as we're out on the storm. Looks like it's going to be flying this way, but my God, that looks good. I guess, when I was a kid, I used to watch a show called Round the Twist. You ever watch that?
No,
I think we've reached the end of our Lowry Trail. We're out here at the lighthouse, where L.S. Lowry wanted to capture the true sense of the sea's and ocean's mystery and infinity. And this was his first black and white, blue-grey to suggest the eerie desolation of the North Sea in wintertime. I always wanted to live by the sea. So instead of taking a selfie picture, let's take a selfie video. So we're out here at the lighthouse. One boat out there enjoying some late night fishing. Well, that storm looks like it's finally approached us. However, we're all the way out here by the lighthouse and it hasn't reached us yet. The storm has come in, absolutely soaking wet now, running through the body. Clothing is soaked through, and we're still out here on the pier.
enjoying life.
Which means we've got about a 3/4 of a mile walk back to shore. And then we're going to go find some hot food. So we passed a tandoori place, seemed quite interesting, open spike till 10. So we're going to go check out an Indian on the edge of Scotland in England. The true way. We are now on an adventure to find the bottle of water. And coffee. Because we don't have any coffee in our apartment that we've got for the weekend. Well, the few days that we're here, shall we say. Which now appears to be cut short. Thank you, train strikes. But we support you, we understand. However, so we're making our way across the long house bridge to the only shop that's open. That is in the middle of the dirty little estate. There is a cost cutter. So we're gonna go into the poor section of Berwick Upon Tweed and gonna find ourselves a bottle of water. I'm pretty sure we could have gone to a pub and gone, just give me all those bottles behind the counter. Get some free tap water.
Or a takeaway.
Or a takeaway. But no, it's not how we do it. We're going to go to some ruffian's little cost cutter and try and blend it and try and get ourselves a bottle of water. Yeah, cost cutter closed at 9. 3 minutes before we nearly got there.
There's a local here, look.
That's a true local, right? Yeah. It would be a shame not to go there, right? It's a beautiful day. Actually, if you'd have come here yesterday.